welcome back! Right! Well, what's going on with my situation?
The killer. It looks like he got away again. 30 minutes. Can't find her in that time.
Report!
Found her! Ah! Is that Mr. Edgeworth?
We don't have time! Just spit it out!
Right! Looks like we just missed them, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away.
A few things?
Can we use any of them as evidence? Ho ho ho! I thought you'd ask, pal. I got things he left with me right now and I'm on my way over. Really?
That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first.
We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. Those guys weren't looking. I swiped the stuff and ran.
What?
I'm not a cop anymore. Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. With my hunk of junk car, I'd say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me.
Alright, just get here in one piece.
I'm on a mission, and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all stops and running every red light. Who's left by the murder? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Oh, he crashed his car into the building.
Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me!
No one can stop me. Stop me.
Oh shit,
What had happened?
It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well.
What was he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help.
But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car. There's no radio either. Also, if we don't get to those items before they do, police will take possession of them.
No! We can't let that happen.
Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance.
Mia, I need your ghostly form. Why? Why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at that moment?
Is there a way that we can find out exactly where he is?
I'm gonna say yes, because no has no alternative. That's right! There is a way!
What? How?
I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. Can I be shown some more evidence? Do I have to wait? Is this all the evidence I get? No, please! It's the bear!
No.
This is all the evidence I get in those two sections?
Well, don't think about the evidence right now. Just think of...
Well, the only thing I can think of is the radio and getting a signal through the radio.
You're right to think about a signal.
Smoke.
No, not smoke signal. Yeah, electromagnetic signal.
And you're not gonna show me any evidence.
No, because it's not. If I show you this evidence, it does not help. You've got to remember.
Well, that's why I said the radio thingy.
No, it's not that. Because that goes to the killer. There's an easy way to go and find Gumshoe. We don't have the item. But somebody does.
Are you talking about Gumshoe's, his own?
No, not his bug sweeper, no.
Oh, it's Von Karma.
Why are you bringing up Franziska at a time like... Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have.
I had to go way back.
Yeah.
Remember that she has a
tracker on a gumshoe.
Franziska. Does she even want to help us? Edgeworth.
What is it?
I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty. But what I'm doing now, pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death.
Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided.
Verdict.
Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff. There was a phone call for you, sir. They say it was extremely urgent. They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do.
Find
7-minute episode! Now we're doing the Find Gumshoe mini game. It's the Google Chrome dinosaur game, but with Franziska.
Every 1,000 meters you run, it does a beep, 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 beep.
Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
I understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth?
That is... It's nothing, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Edgeworth? Looks like something unexpected just happened to him.
Now then, sounds like the suicide note was a fake! That's not his line, but we'll take it.
Oh, fuck.
Handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's suicide note.
I'll get it. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis. There you go. Got it. We got it. Don't worry. It's not that important. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery.
What?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This note was not written by Miss Impact herself. It is a fake.
Order! 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 Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? This is not written by Miss Impact. Then who wrote it?
We will need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida.
Mr. Rita. Well. Looks like Miss Impact's never left a suicide note after all.
It's because it's still in the guitar.
No!
It's taped to the back of the real guitar.
No! It's a real guitar. That's a different case. And you're not gonna remember that because we were doing that in like fucking 8 months.
They left that in the. They left it at the studio. It's on the back of it, taped on it, just a suicide note. She never wrote anything about On Guard.
However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. On Guard could not have known that, and so that fact remains unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it.
That does sound very plausible.
This theory that On Guard had no idea that the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little wrong with it.
What seems wrong with him not knowing that the suicide note was fake?
The video camera.
Yeah.
The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. On Guard to not have known it was fake.
The camera.
The transmitter, the thing that recorded it all.
I believe that works as well.
What is this little item called again? Gucci.
Video camera, Your Honor? Oh.
Ooh.
Owie.
Well, a very small one, but...
Well, a very small one, but...
Oh, that's right, a camera. Oh, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays.
Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. OnGuard knew the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. OnGuard would have known that the victim had forged the note. Don't be that shocked, I'm helping you. Go with it now, Edgeworth.
So then the defendant knew the suicide note was
But no,
fake.
because if the defendant knew that the suicide note was fake, then he would have no reason to murder the victim. So that fucks me.
Shh, I'm buying time.
Oh, that's right. I get too into the role. I like being a prosecutor.
Walks up to Edgeworth. Shh.
And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way.
The point where the judge is like, "What's going on?" And both Edgeworth and Wright stand up. Shh.
Oh, my bad.
Ooh.
Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution theory as to what Mr. OnGuard's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air.
But Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. OnGuard monitored Mr. Creator 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote this note in a place Mr. OnGuard didn't know of.
No, we can always give him the motive because of the photo that he has. Use that for jealousy.
Oh, that's what you meant, yeah. But it's not as big as...
It's not as big as the suicide note, but it can lead to the theory of a motive.
Yeah.
Even nowadays, they don't always prove the motive 100%. They come up with a theory of they could have had a motive.
But also,
this is what it is.
We're trying to prove him innocent right now.
I'm making my backup plan for when we find Maya.
We're mixing up everything.
No, I'm coming up with a backup plan.
No, guilty? No, it isn't. Guilty, it isn't.
The judge just wants the case to be over at this point.
I just want to go to lunch.
Judge, you had 30 minutes.
I was stuck on the toilet.
Yeah.
My diaper wouldn't come off.
Why do you need to go to the bathroom?
It was leaking.
Ah.
They even put me up on the little baby table they got in there.
Speaking of leak, I gotta piss, but we gotta hurry up with this episode.
So I shouldn't punch you in the stomach right now.
We'll see how this episode's going.
Well,
if we need the content, if we need the content, then you can go ahead.
Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us your feet? I mean, some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place.
Not my toesy woesies.
I've got to piss.
Order, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave.
As I figured.
Huh? As you figured?
As I figured. It came down to this after all.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're not making any sense.
When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what next?
What next?
If the prosecution can't prove Mr. OnGuard's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle.
Oh, my stomach is growling. Ooh. I really hope the mic did pick that up. Well, I agree with you there.
I thought that was my computer doing that. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time.
I think you've said that every time my stomach growls.
Have I? No.
So I pointed out and you're like, I thought it was my computer.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's fine.
However, this witness is a little unusual.
Edgeworth stuttering? This is not like him at all.
Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth?
This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and all for the question of who was it that hired Shelley the killer to commit murder?
Is it Shelley the killer? That's impossible. Who in the... No such person exists. Who can answer that question with such certainty?
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Who is this witness?
It's
He's running. He's just going on the... He's running with it. Going with the flow.
Yes, go on. Who is it?
the man himself, Mr. Shelley the Killer.
Diego from Dora the Explorer.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. the Killer. Wait! Shelley the Killer? You mean... Killer, I mean, the assassin?
Yes, Your Honor.
He's coming here to the witness stand.
Well, yes, in the manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission.
Oh. Well, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
Is this alright with you to bring a killer in here?
I have a choice here? Can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. Thank God, I was hoping it wasn't gonna give me a choice. Still would have gone with Edgeworth, because I was gonna sit there and be like, no, Edgeworth is trying to buy time also.
Yeah.
This is him buying time.
I wonder if it really is alright to do this.
Very well then. The prosecution calls its witness to the stand.
Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us?
Now then, witness. Your name and your occupation, please.
It's gonna be... Oh.
Very good, sir.
I thought it was gonna be Gumshoe, dressed up like the killer.
That would be really good.
I was so hoping for it. I was like, oh, it's gonna be Gumshoe and he's gonna have like a weird paint job and it's gonna be smudged.
I didn't think you could out-weird this situation more than it already is. My name is Shelley the Killer, and I am a professional assassin.
I say, what is going on here?
Your Honor?
How can you remain so calm? What is the meaning of this two-way radio?
Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace the source, Mr. the Killer would testify to this court.
So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about.
Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure that this really is Mr. the Killer himself.
Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are in fact Shelley the Killer. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry.
Maya!
A voice! Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this?
The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley the Killer.
Looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have made too many choices under these circumstances, so...
Now then, witness, there is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Corrida. Is this correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Corrida.
Gulp.
Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well.
This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it. A bad dream. Wake up. Grab a push and put a little makeup.
Shelley the Killer. What is he going to say?
I'm the Scat Man. There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between the client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client.
Can I get like a Scatman music video where he goes, "I'm the Scatman," and you just hear couldn't remember the character's name. That's the only thing I could think of when I think of the Scatman.
The Tasmanian devil?
No, from what is it? Meet the
Robinsons?
No.
Meet the Fockers? Meet the
Nickelodeon show. Thornberries.
Meet the Parents. Meet the Thornberries. Oh, with Tim Curry?
The son.
Oh, the character played by Flea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of the character though.
Just want to hear on the Scatman, and
yeah.
instead of all the music he makes, just hear him go crazy.
Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us.
It's because he is.
Well, he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, as the killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief.
You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next. So stay cool and collected, Phoenix.
About my client. There was something I must first state.
What do you want to first state? We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us about your clients?
I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means?
Well, that's one gunshot into my stomach. Oh!
Oh!
You're right.
I am like Revolver Osler. I can shoot and reflect the bullet wherever I can.
Sorry. Go on.
Well, it appears this one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright. Loser.
It's only because you don't know about Maya's situation.
To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself.
The trust between you and your client.
I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome.
And that is why you're testifying in this manner?
This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me.
Couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust?
It has never happened before. But if it ever did,
yes,
that person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly...
That's enough, please, no more!
Very well. It was only a hypothetical anyway.
Not my virgin ears.
And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand.
It seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them.
It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role.
I'm sorry, is the killer about to turn on him for thinking he's high and mighty? What a fucking plot twist! I mean, it's not uncommon. There are some that do this, but it's more of like those put them in their place for them. It's Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
That's a crazy thing to connect this game with.
They're all...
This person tried to implicate another of a crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven.
You see, you're Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
You... Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty?
To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die?
No, I didn't say anything.
Judge better watch himself.
It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of
Wait.
my client.
If he's gonna sell him out, why does he still have Maya? Is that like his final bargaining chip to be like, I'll give my client, you'll get Maya, but until I'm safe,
Yeah.
you don't get Maya.
Okay.
That's the only thing I could think of is the bargaining chip.
Okay, yeah.
We understand, so please tell us the name of your client.
I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do.
That's egomaniacal.
It's not good for your health to be so aggravated.
He can see me!
You won't live very long if you let everything bother you.
But why do people leave chips and salsa and make it soggy?
Yeah. Why? What's wrong with those people?
It's true, it's weird. I don't like
What's
people who
wrong
let their
with
chips
people?
go soggy.
Why will people do that?
Somehow that's coming from an assassin. Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff. Just tell us the name already. Patience, try to calm down a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset. And he's a psychopath, so he has no mindset. He seems very steadfast and closed, so you're going to have to work to get him to talk. I'm not his therapist, you know.
I believe this one? Okay. Yes.
The trust between you and a client, I provide service in a fast manner, exchange of color. I'll kill you. That's what he says, right?
Yeah. In that manner of speaking. I'll kill you.
I'll do it. You watch.
I'll do it.
You watch. You're gonna watch when I kill you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna treat you like law-abiding citizen. But I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your client had already broken the rules.
A person who fames another is the worst kind of human.
And that's why you feel you can betray this person.
I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role.
Yeah, their assigned role is to be the client and stay the fuck out of his way. That's it. That's your job. Just my luck. An assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured?
Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic?
This case just keeps getting better and better.
If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed.
Everyone understands your point, I think. Really.
In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent.
You think his character design is based off of Lecter or
Hannibal Lecter? Oh, like
is it Hannibal Lecter or is it
Buffalo Bill?
him? Yeah.
Like his
his
butler?
design.
His butler disguise? I don't think so. I don't think he's based off anybody. I think he's just a serial killer with morals. I believe that's just what she was thinking. Now then, I do believe it's about time I revealed the name of my client. Don't you agree?
No! Don't!
What is it?
Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name.
If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness, what is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Ron Kurita? That person's name is...
Will Powers.
Adrian Andrews. What? Witness! That's not who you told me it was earlier! Right hell. What are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client. And it is Adrian Andrews. What? This can't be. On the phone earlier.
He had 2 clients.
Whoa. You think that Adrian Andrews is actually his client?
I'm feeling like Adrian Andrews is an actual client. I think both are clients.
Ah, okay.
What's going on here? My guess is that the killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back. I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. the Killer told him a different name. Mad on guard, perhaps. I knew it.
This is outrageous! I was deceived! This witness is telling a very serious lie!
But you were the one who summoned this witness.
You, Shelly the Killer! My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt on guard. Am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal.
Wow. All of a sudden it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah.
The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided this suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. the Killer's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all. No, it wasn't. With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Mad on Guard is innocent.
I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please, continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict.
Bailiff, bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately.
What now? The way this is going, on guard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edgeworth is right.
Ow!
The killer is lying. And on guard, my client. I know he's guilty. I can live with myself if I
Can I?
Can I live with myself if I win this? I'm sorry! I'm under a lot of pressure. By a nobody.
Yeah. Bob Odenkirk? I do look like him, I know.
More like a Dom DeLuise.
Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant?
Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shelley the Killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me! Listen! Everyone, please! That testimony just now, it was all one big lie!
I had to pee, I promise! Miss Andrews.
The suicide note may have been a fake, but... that man... Matt... He's the reason Celeste died! And Juan's death... It was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world! That testimony just now... You have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie.
But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client.
No, it's not true.
Also, there is quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and button done in the Nickel Samurai costume.
That's...
You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste Impax was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead.
No. Mr. Wright! You know the truth! Tell them! Tell them the real story! Who the real killer is! Tell them! Please! Help me!
Just walk over to... Just call, on guard and be like, Your Honor,
Yeah.
whip his hair back.
Yeah.
That's my evidence.
Dude, you can't show my scar. I got that on set, man. Hugh Jackman clawed at me.
On guard, your hair's not in your face anymore. Drop the character.
What are you talking about, dude?
Here, have a bottle of whiskey.
No, man, it's like some wine or whatever, or like vodka.
It's dark.
Then it's wine.
It's not red or white. Nobody has brown wine.
Matt. Fuck. Matt.
Are you gonna look up what he drinks? While you do that, yes, I know the truth.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions.
Might be like some cider. That's like cider.
Listen, it's either gonna be a whiskey or it's gonna be a bourbon. Or not bourbon is whiskey. It's whiskey.
Trying to think of like, what would not
Or
be
scotch.
alcoholic.
Scotch.
Yeah.
Whiskey or scotch. That's the
Yeah.
other word. I was trying to think of scotch. I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna follow in Maya's words and I'm gonna request the trial continue. Phoenix, I can't do it, Mia. Can't accept a not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But Matt on guard is a killer and a murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I am no better than on guard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact. That is because of Edgeworth that I now know who I am. I think that's what it was. The real truth. He could have gotten on guard convicted so many times over. But he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust. Never thought about it until now. I trust him. Yes, you do.
Mr. Wright, your opinion, please.
The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. DeKiller.
Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright?
Right.
But, that witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done.
I'm not done yet. See through witnesses' lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. I'm sure that once those pieces... Get your hand off my penis.
I don't. I'm scratching my leg, bro.
Yeah,
Waiting until the finale. All right, before I do that.
Hooray! And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Have you seen that movie?
Have you seen the miracle? Kurt Russell on the ice.
Adrian Andrews, a dead body.
Very well, the trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please reestablish connection with Mr. DeKiller.
Right away, Your Honor. Has a verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more. About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are usually done.
What is he talking about, usually done?
But what shall we have him testify about now?
Mr. the Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? And we're gonna go to this testimony in
The next episode.
So there you go, we're watching this episode of Instantly Justice for All. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell to be notified of the up. Cheers!
Every day.
Bye-bye.